Hey everybody, I am Lindsay. I'm CNP's videographer, and I'm going to make a frittata for dinner. You can also make them for breakfast, of course, but that's what I decided to have tonight with some things I found in my pantry. Normally I'd try a couple different veggies, but they weren't available at the store. So we are just going to make do with what we found. So I have all my ingredients here. It's so much easier if you measure everything out ahead of time and check the recipe to make sure you have it. The recipe does call for salt, but I like seasoned salt, so I'm just going to put a little dash of that in. And I use some frozen vegetables that I've warmed up a little bit ahead of time so they don't take so long to cook. I'm also only going to be using 2 eggs. If you have more people in your family to feed, you probably want to use 4 or 6. And then I'm going to top it off with just a little bit of spinach at the end because I really like spinach with my eggs. And you have to have cheese to have a frittata. I have just a little bit of milk left, so I'm going to use that. If you don't have any, it's totally fine. It's still going to turn out really good. You can add any canned meat or leftover meat to this, but since eggs have a lot of protein by themselves, I'm not going to add any tonight. I am trying to save my stores. So first you want to add your fresh vegetables and any meat if you're using that. I'm not going to use all of these tonight because I'm only using 2 eggs. So now I'm going to crack the eggs. I'm not very good at doing this one-handed, so I'm going to clean out those eggshells and I'm going to wash my hands. Okay, back again. I am going to add the milk and the salt and pepper. This is to taste. I do like some pepper, not too much. And I really don't want to add very much salt because a little can go a long way. And you could use a whisk or a spoon. You just want to mix all of these together until they're well blended. So we're going to add the egg mixture. And we want to turn down the temperature just a little bit. Low and slow is kind of the key here. You don't want to overcook the eggs. So pour the eggs in slowly and cover all those veggies. I might have put a few too many vegetables in for the eggs, but that's never a bad thing. Just want to make sure these are all mixed up here. And these vegetable pieces are pretty large. You can chop them down into smaller pieces, which are going to work a lot better in your egg mix for sure. Okay, so we're going to cover this and cook for about 15 minutes. You do want to make sure you find a lid that fits. It is hard to do that sometimes. And I'm going to turn the temperature up just a little bit because I did turn it down pretty low. So while this is cooking, it's going to take a few minutes, so I like to use this time to clean up my station a little bit, wash my hands again, and get rid of any dishes. So I didn't put as many eggs in here as the recipe I was looking at, and I think it is cooked for plenty of time. It did not need the whole 15 minutes. So now I'm going to lay some cheese out. You can use shredded cheese if you have it in the package, or you could shred it yourself. I like big hunks of it, so that is what I'm going to put in here. I'm also going to turn off the stove before I forget. And I am just going to sprinkle spinach over the top. I love fresh spinach. But it's also really good in smoothies or as part of a salad. And you can get some more vegetables in pretty easily just by adding a little spinach. So there we have it. I'm going to cover it back up again just for a couple minutes and let that cheese melt. Okay, let's see how this looks. See if the cheese is melted. That is looking super good. I'm going to take it out of the pan and cut a slice. Okay, so I did overcook it just a little bit because I didn't pay attention to the recipe, but it is really delicious. I taste tested it. And I hadn't had all my dairy servings yet today, so I added a little bit of cottage cheese, and this is my version of breakfast for dinner. Thanks for joining me in the kitchen. I hope you see how easy this recipe was. If your kids are old enough to use the stove, they could definitely make this protein-packed meal. And you can add onions, bell peppers, carrots. I love the spinach, of course. Any veggies you love will go great with these eggs. So I'm going to enjoy my dinner now, and if you have ideas to cook from your pantry or you'd like to see more of our cooking, let us know the types of recipes you want to see, and we will keep making videos. Thanks!